As a financial advisor since 1992, I've had the privilege of helping countless people navigate the complex world of investing. Today, I'm talking about avoiding three significant money mistakes for those born between 1965 and 1980. I'm talking about Gen X. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that the advice in this post is purely educational. It is not personalized financial advice. Always consult with a professional to ensure that your strategy aligns with your specific goals. Now, first up is wills and trust. And as a retired accredited estate planner, I want to touch on the importance of having your directives well thought out and contained in a legal will or trust. Now, every state has their own intestate process, but without a will, your assets are frozen until the court system combs through every detail of your estate. Then the court applies its state intestate laws to decide where the person's possessions will be allocated. A simple will is a legal document that specifies who's going to inherit your assets and belongings after you pass. The more complicated your life, the more complex your will is going to need to be. And not all wills go through probate, but most do. And it becomes public information, meaning that anyone can access the details of the will once it's been filed. For greater comprehensive planning, you really should look at a living trust. There are so many benefits to a trust, but I'm going to highlight 5 here. There's no probate court, and your trust information is private. There are potential tax benefits as the assets in the trust may not be subject to all estate taxes. You can customize how your assets will be dispersed. Revocable trust can help during illnesses or disability. And then lastly, you have flexibility in being able to change the terms of a revocable trust at any time. It is important and advisable that you meet with an estate planning attorney to find out what's the best solution for you. I cannot emphasize this enough. Next up, we're going to talk about debt elimination. For most of us, housing and transportation are our greatest monthly expenses. The average home purchase is $322,000 with a monthly payment of about $2,100. The average price of a new car is just under $50,000. Payments of $873, and that's a 72-month payment plan. The combined cost of these two expenditures is almost $3,000 a month. Now, going into retirement with a mortgage and car loans, it's either going to delay your retirement or it's greatly going to cut into your disposable income. Use a loan payoff calculator. They're online. It'll help determine how much extra principal each month is required to have these two expenses paid off by the time you hit retirement age. To maximize your financial freedom and enhance your retirement lifestyle, it is vital to eliminate all debt. Lastly, it's really time to buckle down on retirement funding. In an earlier post on millennials, I talked about increasing retirement savings over time, but as a Gen X, you should be at the point that you are fully funding all of your retirement vehicles. And for most, that should be around 15% or more of your disposable income. Now, we hear a lot about safe distribution rates. That's the percentage of your retirement account that you can withdraw while increasing the probability that you're never going to run out of money. The key to distribution rates is really more dependent on your average rate of return. But at a minimum, you need that average investment yield to far out exceed the distribution rate. Your goal is to increase the probability that your money will greatly outlive you. Now, the current required minimum distribution for retirement accounts like an IRA, it starts on April 1st of the year after you turn 73. This is the latest date to start taking money out of your retirement account without incurring a substantial penalty. So, let's talk about what you can expect as income from just your retirement account. If you have $1 million, which is a goal for many, That would generate $50,000 a year before taxes. $2 million would generate about $100,000 a year of retirement income before taxes. Just a reminder, markets are not stagnant. And there are years when market values decline, and there are other years that they exceed the averages. Having an allocated portfolio, including both fixed income and equities, that can lessen the impact of a market correction, but it also lessens the long-term returns. Keep in mind that fixed income also can have down markets, as the total bond index in 2022 lost more than 13%, and U.S. government bonds with 30-year maturities lost 39.2%. Now, to wrap up this discussion on distributions, your early years of retirement, boy, they should include time for increased enjoyment and reward for you and your family. And along with that, increased spending on hobbies, travel, entertainment. Same thing in later years. We'll most likely have some increased spending on more health-related issues, assisted living, and potentially skilled nursing care. And this really highlights the need of having not only sufficient financial resources to provide for you, but also not to be a financial burden on the ones that you love. It's always important to meet with a professional financial advisor so that your strategies are consistent with your risk tolerance and positioned to accomplish your finance goals. I hope this post has helped you understand the importance of having a will and a trust, eliminating debt prior to retirement, and using sound distribution rates to have your nest egg continue to grow. I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you enjoyed the information, please like and subscribe for more insight and make it a prosperous day.